Kev, let's talk about the Flyers. Let's talk about Carter because you talk to Carter quite a bit. He's featured on ingolmag.com, the website, and pro reads, and he's like always an interesting case study in a lot of ways of the young modern goaltender and the technical abilities and the control and the precision and the efficiency, all words that a lot of people hear and they go, what are these, just catchwords or something like that? But no, they're massively important. And he's had a few hiccup games, like the Tampa game where he got pulled with 11 minutes to go in the second, but he rebounded in New Jersey and then he rebounded in Vegas. His mental game seems stronger. He seems stronger in his pushes and his bottom half of his body, put on muscle. What have you seen out of Carter so far this season?
Well, I mean, I think you've seen him closer than I have, right? And unfortunately, when they came through town here, it was back to back situation to get an opportunity to really have a long chat. I'm a big fan. I've had a chance to be on the ice with him as far back as some Hockey Canada consulting work when he was in the World Junior program. Think I have an understanding of his foundation. I work with some of the people that sort of have worked with him. And there is a real efficiency to his game when he's at his best that I thought he got away from last year. I thought he became a guy who maybe, I don't know if he chased changes in his game there, like tried to do things differently, but it sure looked like he was chasing changes and it left him chasing the game. I've seen more of the old Carter this year, off and on. I'll be honest, I watched that first Vancouver game early in the season where they came into town closely. And I think it was I was a little worried after watching that game. It was a real juxtaposition to me. And one that I would actually, if people want to compare Carter on and Carter off, that first Vancouver game in Philadelphia is Carter off. Like that's not Carter at his best. Even I remember he made a 5-on-3 save on Alex Chason. But if you look at the mechanics of the way he moved, like it was a desperation move into a spot instead of a track down and rotation into that spot. And what it left him was desperate 9-1-1 on the first save that I think is a save he can make with proper rotation and still stay over the puck and stay in control. But he was out of control and had no chance on the rebound. Extreme example, it's a 5-on-3. It was a tough save, the first one in the first place. But when I look at that game, when I look at the sharp angle one that got into his skates and JT Miller back home, even banked in from the goal line, even when I look at the one that went off the boards, like to me, that is Carter reading the play, anticipating the play versus Carter tracking the play. And like it's a sliding scale for every goaltender. And when I think when he's at his best, he's tracking the play. And when he's anticipating, like it's a fine line between anticipating and guessing in today's game.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're moving rather than tracking, when you're just going to spots without watching, the way he moves is tied so much to tracking. All his efficiency sort of builds off that top-down head-first movement. When he loses that, and it's hard to maintain when the game speeds up and things get crazy. And that's the other thing that's made Carter great